Alright then, I promised I would do a Q&A, so here we go. I've set up the camera, I've got your questions on the phone. I'm just going to scroll through them and answer them as best as I possibly can do. Morning Jabbers, how the devil are you? Well? Excellent, me too, thanks for asking. It's another dull day. I think we're slowly heading our way into winter. But today I've got a busy one and Susanna has a busy one as well. She's off to work, aren't you? Which is rubbish. Have a good day. Don't forget your lunch.
You said yourself how you were having a look.
Bye. Okay, sadly not meeting up with George today, but I do still have a load of stuff to do. I'm going to be doing some editing for him, and also I've got your Q&A to do as well at some point or another today. I promised I would answer your questions that you asked the other day because the videos were a bit short, so I reckon I need to set up and do that. Alright then, I promised I would do a Q&A, so here we go. I've set up the camera, I've got your questions on the phone. I'm just going to scroll through them and answer them as best as I possibly can do. Connor Cronin asks, what are the goals in life for me? Be happy. That's generally my only goal in life, is to be happy. Everything else kind of, well, hopefully will make me happy. I don't really care what it is that makes me happy, as long as I'm happy, and it's not drugs making me happy. And also he asks, what are your tips for someone who is just starting off vlogging? Just enjoy it. Don't make content because you want to be famous, don't make content because you want to make money, make content because you want to make content. Whatever it is that you're doing, whether it be gaming, whether it be daily vlogs like a diary, whether it be ranting and vlogging to a camera about a specific subject, whether it be making comedy, animation, whatever it is you're doing it because you want to be creative and you enjoy the process, not because you want to be a famous YouTuber, because that isn't going to happen if you're not passionate about what you're actually doing in the first place. All these guys who you see being big YouTubers, PewDiePie, the Shaytards, George, Ben Brown, Louis, Steve, they're all passionate about what it is they're talking about in their videos. Steve about fashion, George about travel, Louis about travel and making a difference in the world, the Shaytards about being positive, PewDiePie is passionate about gaming, George was passionate about FIFA and things like that, and also the travelling and stuff. So it's really important that you're passionate about the subject that you're talking to the camera about in the first place. That's my biggest tip. Matt Thomas also asked the same question and also says, have you got any serious recommendations for beginner fitness workouts? Anyone online who I should follow? I'm desperate for a good beginner home exercise routine. I think it's kind of really preparing yourself with the tools. Go online, have a look at some home circuits through Google and stuff like that. You can find some really great stuff. Circuit training is really easy to do, and it's something that will make it really interesting for you. So you could maybe, I don't know, go for a run one day, follow it up with some exercises at home, the next day do a pure and simple circuit training session, and it'll make it different all the time because you can do different core exercises, different arm exercises, different chest exercises, different leg exercises, all within your circuit training. You could do squats, you could do sitting against the wall, you can do squat thrusts, burpees, sit-ups, press-ups. There's so many different exercises you can do without needing equipment, and that's the most important part of it. So check out online, circuit training for beginners and what have you. You'll find loads of great stuff. Prepare yourself, get all the tools together that you need, basically what exercises you're going to do each time, how hard you're going to do them, how long you're going to do them for, what kind of recovery you're going to give yourself, and just get cracking, just do it, just start. You've got to start somewhere. If you don't feel like you're fit enough to do certain stuff, try an alternative way of doing it. So like with press-ups you can go onto your knees, that kind of stuff. With pull-ups, I know this is an equipment based one, but you could use a TheraBand. These are the big elastic bands to help pull yourself up to the height. I am terrible at pull-ups. I have to use a TheraBand because my back just isn't strong enough yet to do enough pull-ups to be beneficial. So I use a TheraBand to help. Really, don't be ashamed of being too weak to do a specific exercise as well. That's probably another tip. Cam Webster asks, what is my agency? So, in the last few weeks I've been working for another agency who are a web-based agency who do a lot of marketing and stuff like that and social media for some big brands. Those are the guys I've been working for over the last few weeks and working on some really cool projects. Me personally, I run a visual marketing agency and I go into businesses with my team and with my brand, and we help them kind of get their brand out in a visual format and the best way of possibly doing that, whether it be photographs, be videos, 3D GIFs, cinemagraphs, Instagram, Snapchat, all those different aspects and say, right, this is the one that works really well for what you're doing. Because not every single social media works for every single brand and type of business. So that's what we do. We go in there as specialists and try and help them find the best way of marketing their brand on social media in a visual format. Alex Webb asks, which football team do you support? I'm a Liverpool fan, don't hold it against me. Ethan Marlowe asks, what made you start vlogging, and can we see a collab with you and George on his Hob channel? Well, you'll have to ask George about the collab. It would be pretty cool, but I am fairly terrible at football and absolutely awful at gaming. So maybe that would make for entertainment. I don't know. What made me start vlogging? A friend of mine who doesn't vlog anymore, a guy called John. He has a channel called Love John Lovell, and he was vlogging every single day, and I thought it was a bit crazy at first. And then having to think about it and looking at YouTube a bit more, I kind of began to realise actually he's capturing all these memories that I don't actually have. So that's why I started vlogging. I thought, let's capture some memories. Don't get me wrong, at the time as well when I first started, I thought this would be awesome as a career, as a living. 5 years down the line, I do it now purely for the memories. It's all about capturing those times that I will never be able to relive again. I have managed to capture holidays with Susanna, our first holiday away together on our own, our honeymoon, us getting engaged, our wedding, but so many amazing memories, and hopefully a lot more to come as well, as moving in together. We're hopefully going to buy a house very soon, so that'll be our first house together. We really want to have children, so that will happen at some point or another, fingers crossed. And yeah, we want to capture all these memories on camera, or at least I do, so that I have these times to look back on and go, yeah, that was good, that wasn't such a good time, but I know where it's leading to and stuff like that. When I was in my job, I didn't always enjoy it, and now I'm building my own business. It's hard work, but it's more fun, and I get to see that process over and over again. There's so many different things you can capture by doing daily vlogs, and thankfully over the last 5 years I've only missed a small portion of time just when we were on our honeymoon. So yeah, that's why I started vlogging. It was because of John and because I wanted to start creating memories. And if you want to check out John's stuff, I'll put a link to him in the section below. Also, Bosis asks, how is John? As far as I know, he's very well. We keep trying to meet up for a coffee, but unfortunately he's exceptionally busy at the moment. And obviously I've been fairly busy with the agency work recently too. So trying to get our calendars to coincide has been difficult, but we do plan on catching up fairly soon. Big Alfred asks, how do I get a free coffee every morning? I have a Waitrose card, which is a loyalty card, because I go shopping there fairly regularly as well. I don't feel bad about using it. And what happens with the Waitrose loyalty card is you get discounts on certain products in the store, and every single day they'll give you a free tea or coffee. And one last question from Emma Louise Marwood, who says, okay, here's one. If you could live in any other world instead of this one, which one would it be? From film, TV, book, history, made up. It's completely up to you. Oh man, I would probably, and you see, I'd be torn between living on Krypton, which I know is going to be destroyed, so I could be like a Superman, super strong, super fast, fly kind of fella, or Star Wars. Definitely, I would have to go and be a Jedi. I think that would have to be done, definitely, because it's almost like being a superhero, but I get a lightsaber as well. So yeah, I'd have to go to where Star Wars is set, the galaxy, a far, far, far off galaxy, wherever it is. I don't know the name of the galaxy actually, I don't think anybody knows. Star Wars anyway. So there you go, hopefully that's answered a few of your questions. I know it's not answered all the questions, but thanks ever so much for leaving them, and maybe I'll do another Q&A in the future at some point. Alright then, I had no idea it's raining, but whatever, I need a coffee, so I'm going to go get my free coffee, and while I'm there I might get myself a giant cookie, perhaps. Okay, I'm starting to think I should have brought the car. It's really starting to piss down. It's time to pick up Susanna. She's finished work, get home, get some stuff downloaded, a little bit of extra work done for George, and then get ourselves out to our birthday party for the afternoon stroke evening. Susanna is collected, we've changed, she's dressed all sexy and looking awesome, and now we're going to my friend's girlfriend's birthday party. It was a surprise party, but we're late. my fault. I forgot Susanna was working. So we're going now to go and celebrate. Let's get to Salisbury. Alright then, it's the races. We're betting on number 3. Keep your fingers crossed for us.
The lead number 3 is in place, number 6 and 10. And here we go, number 7 over first, then number 3, then number 1, then number 5. Number 3 is 4, and number 8 is 4.
Finally! I've picked a winner. Get in my belly.
Happy birthday
To you. Happy birthday to you.
She's only 27.
Happy birthday, dear Karen. Happy birthday to you. Alright then, that was a good night. We won once on the races as well. Well, was it me who won? I think it was, wasn't it?
No, it was me, remember?
No, I'm
80 quid.
fairly certain it was me.
I won 80 quid.
No, you did not, liar. Anyway, it's now time to head home. I've got a bunch of work to get done and it's getting quite late.